So I'm currently seeing your Telegram chat. I think you're trying to share a
Okay.
screen.
So,
Okay, yeah, we can see your screen.
yeah. So I'm sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen now.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, good evening, everybody. So yeah, I'm here to talk to you about probably the most important aspect of any product. Yeah, very important aspect. So yeah, our topic here today is navigating the design landscape. Crafting exceptional AI product through strategic steps. Yeah, so as I go further, I want to make this class very interactive, concise, and just fun. I do not want to bore you guys with complicated words. I mean, mainly because design is something we all do in our everyday lives, either unknowingly. We are all designers in our rights. So yeah, and before I go further, there's one thing I want to do. Um, Yesterday, somebody asked my colleague Alabi, asked him that. Sorry, that was okay. That was Precious. Yeah, he asked the question, and he asked him that how can he apply AI to his field? In this case, his field was, I think, mechanical. So yeah, and he answered, and Alabi came in and said you can apply it in any field. He even went as far to say you can apply it in carpentry. So let's do something now. You don't have to comment it. What we should do now is, while I mean, the class won't be very long, probably just 1 hour. So what we should do now is sit down and think of, or rather, just sit down and think of any. I mean, I do not care about the field. Just sit down and think of what, I mean, something you do every day that gives you too much problems, stress, and all that you just find so uncomfortable. Just sit down and think of it and just tell me the problem. You understand? Just let me know. Trust me, I personally feel like there's no problem AI cannot solve. No problem. So just, I'll ask, like I said, I want to make it very interactive. So I'm going to ask at the end of the session that I need to hear as much ideas as possible. Very important. So yeah, let's continue. So first things first, introduction to AI in product design. The objectives for this are to understand the role of AI in contemporary product design, grasp the significance of strategic planning in the design process, gain insights into the evolving landscape of design with AI. So yeah, so I mean, this is a question that goes to everybody. What is product design and how does, I mean, what role does it play in AI? I'll answer that, don't worry. I'll answer that. So let's just up to. So I'm trying to think of a way to like explain it to make it very, very easy to understand and very fun. So yeah, product design is like let's say planning and creating new thing. You understand? New things like making sure it is very useful, very important. I mean, you can create some things and be very not useful. That at the end of the day, nobody's going to buy your product. So it has to be very useful. It has to look very good and be very, very. I mean, this is the most important part. It has to be very easy for people to use. Very easy for people to use. So let me use a very relatable example. So it's a bit like cooking. You like when you want to cook, you firstly gather ingredients. The ingredients in this case, as a designer, is your ideas. So you mix them in the right way. In the design, in the world of design, you mixing them in the right way is just simply the design process. Then you test along the way. I mean, obviously, you will have to test while you're cooking. So yeah, that particular process right there in design is you just testing with the users to make sure it turns out just right. And in the end, you get the product that people enjoy and find very helpful, whether it is a food or anything, just I mean, at the end of the day, people make this mistake about like AI products being just websites, applications. Nah, it is more than that. It could be gadgets. It could be gadgets. So yeah, the significance of strategic planning in the design process. So this is a very, these are like five processes, or rather five steps to take before designing any product. It could be, I mean, it even goes down to like real life issues. I mean, it works in all aspects of life, all aspects. So yeah, the first thing you do is empathize. So yeah, I mean, empathy is very crucial for a successful design thinking. It is about understanding the people you are solving problems for. You need to understand the people you are solving problems for. You need to know your target audience, and you need to like observe and engage with people to know their experience. So yeah, I said I wanted to make this very fun and interactive. So I'll be giving examples for everything. So yeah, I'm very sure by now you must have heard of our AI product, which is BigPal. A very wonderful product, very wonderful. So yeah, when myself and my colleagues like decided to like open a BigPal was in school, we had this problem of reading very bulky handouts, very bulky. I'm talking 1,000 pages. I would really have to read it because with I mean, we were left with no choice. So what we used to do was we would just tell one of our like we'll just agree, we'll pick between ourselves. Then one of us will just sit down and have to like go through the handout and get us the key points, the summary, the keywords and all. So we did that, but it was obvious that whoever was to get the key points, keywords, the summary was never really happy, but he had no choice. So we just had to sit down and think of life should not be this hard. There should be something we can do. Yeah, so that was where we got the idea for Big Part. So what we did that day was we just empathized. We just sat down to think of, okay, now that we are making this, it's something that would help us and all the students worldwide. And luckily for us, we realized that there was no similar product out there. So we felt like this is something that would fly. This is something that would change lives. So that was that was us empathizing in this case. So yeah, the second process was define. So I mean, this process is just, I mean, is mostly about clarity, focus, and definition. What you do in this process is that you gather all informations gotten from the previous stage. So let me give use case example, like I said. So I mean, after gathering all informations from the previous stage, which was empathizing, we now use it to make sense of how the product would be like. That's the like the what, why, who section. That's the aspect where you like talk about the project and I mean the project and okay, what are we doing? Like like you are defining the problem. Like we are most of the time like documenting the problem and trying to okay, yeah, understand the problem first. So the next what's the name now? The next process is the ideate process, just as simple as idea. So this is where your creativity comes into play. This is where okay now we looked at big power like okay, yeah, we could solve the problem. You understand? But the ideating process was when we had to sit down and, okay, you know what, let's be creative now. We want to solve a problem. That's just words of mouth. How can we practicalize it? How can we bring it to life? So we had to sit down and just brainstorm, check for similar sites. So that's the ideating process. So prototype is just, I mean, you all have surely had a prototype. So yeah, just like creating a basic or rather tangible version of your best idea. So you already had the idea. So now you are like putting pen to paper. You understand? You can do low fidelity wireframe. You can just get pen and a drawing book and just draw something, just sketch. I mean, that's creativity there. Just do something. I don't feel there's anything you do that is bad. Just be creative and just do something. So yeah, I remember we did that. Yeah, we did that. So the final process is testing process. So this is where you just share your prototype with users and work on it. Recently, I don't know if you guys had, but we we let BigPal go live for like about a week or two. So that was us testing, very important because at the end of the day we felt like we had done a good job, but that was just between our like the team. We just felt like we were not making this thing for the team. We are making this thing for the world. We are making these things for very smart people and people that are not very technical inclined. So we had to like let it out and let people like give us feedback. So yeah, we got some good feedback, then we got some bad feedback, which is very, very normal. Because at the end of the day, if all we got was good feedback, trust me, I personally don't feel I can't say the same for my colleagues, but if all we got was good feedback, trust me, I'll have felt like nah, people are lying. So yeah, very important. So let's move on. Do I have you guys' attention, please?
Yes, sure. Sure.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So yeah, this aspect is just talks about evolving landscape of design with AI. So I mean, this just refers to the changing and developing scenario in the field of design due to integration and application of AI. So let me explain further. Let me explain further. So designing AI products, you have to like evolve with time. You can't design something today and feel like, okay, you know what, this job is over. I mean, I've been on design projects. I worked on some design projects. I worked on a design project like about more than a year ago, and I still personally check the design file and look at it and feel like, "Ah, you know what, this can be better. This can be made easier for users." So that's evolving because you can't design something today and just feel like, yeah. I mean, okay, let me make this one. Um, Designing is something that we all do in our lives, like I said. So yeah, the fashion sense of 20 years ago, I don't think anybody will still want to like follow that trend. You understand? The world is moving, so nobody wants to stay behind. So AI, yeah, makes it like easy for us to evolve. So when designing AI, you have to evolve. That's very important. So yeah, yeah, another very important one: understanding user-centric design in AI. So AI, I mean, now AI means, or rather, this means paying close attention to what people need and like when creating things that involve AI. I already gave an example of how me and my friends came about BigPal. Yeah, and okay, let's use another example. Let me think of any other AI product. Yeah, ChatGPT. Uh, ChatGPT has saved so many lives. I mean, I for one has saved my life, and I can say the same for almost any student right now. So yeah, it just you won't make something that you feel like the world, like people don't need, because at the end of the day, you're not only wasting your time, you are wasting you are wasting resources, you are wasting ideas. You are just, I mean, I have another example. So I opted on a project with my friends. It was a personal project. It was a personal project. So we started, we felt like we were doing something. But midway into the project, we just felt like nobody's going to use this product, to be honest. So when I told my co my co-founder at that point, he looked at me and he laughed that recently he has been having double thoughts about the project. Because he felt like this nobody will use this thing. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I can't even see what you were trying to make because now that I'm thinking about it, it's just funny because it was a very terrible project. So yeah, you would have to like look at your target market, your audience. It's very important. It's very important. So yeah, um, it's gone. So yeah, the importance of user experience in AI products. Number one, ease of use. Like I already said, ease of use is very important. You don't, I mean, you as a person, you're using an AI product. You're probably using it because you don't want to like stress. You're using it because you don't want to like waste your time. You're using it because you don't want to just go through too many steps and process to get results. So imagine getting on a website or an app and it is not usable. I mean, you are finding it out to use it. Trust me, I will leave personally. I mean, I have entered sites to perform basic tasks, very basic, and I just felt like the clicks were too much. I had to like navigate. I had to. Nah, I just felt like this is not usable. So very important. Whenever, if you at any point have to design any product in this case, it doesn't have to be AI. Make sure it is very usable. Make sure it is very easy to use. That's very important. So yeah, another very important thing you should know while designing AI products is user adoption. Yeah, I'll explain that. So positive user experience encourages trust and confidence in the technology. Trust me, once you like, if you use it today and you get your answer, use it tomorrow, you get your answer. Trust me, you will make it a part of your life. You will use it so much that you will be so. I mean, I don't want to use the word addicted because that's a bad one, but you will like it so much and you will like incorporate it into your everyday life. So yeah, I mean, and that's the point because at the end of the day, it will make we the founders, to make we the developers and the designers, to make us very proud that our product is being accepted worldwide. And that's the joy. And I mean, the point of AI products is to make life simpler for the world. So what better joy than being the one that could give people, students in this case, that much joy. So yeah, efficiency and productivity, very important. It's very similar to user adoption. I mean, when you use it every day, the more you use it, it gives you very efficient answers. You use it, okay, like for I as a designer, I do not use ChatGPT that much because I really don't need it that much. But yeah, I've seen developers, and these are very senior developers, people that I feel like are very good. I mean, not like they could not figure out the code debug on their own, but it just felt like life has gone past having to check online for what is wrong with my code and all. That's where ChatGPT came in, and that was a very big company, OpenAI. Yeah, so it's very productive. You get your answer, and that's it's very important. It's very important in designing AI products. Then the fourth one, reduced learning curve. I mean, you're on what's the name now? An AI website, or you are using an AI product. You do not want to have to like, if I'm going to use an AI product, I have to learn how to use it. Like I have to like watch YouTube videos or go online to learn how to use it. Trust me, I don't want. I personally don't want because that's terrible UX. That's terrible UI UX design. That's very bad. So yeah, another very important thing is feedback and transparency. I told you guys about how we made BigPal live for a while to get feedback, and I talked about how important I needed them to be transparent. Very important because you can't. I mean, you can't lie. You can't lie to somebody forever. Because okay, if we just kept it between ourselves, myself and the team, that we just launched. When we start getting feedback, it will be too late because there will be. I mean, we'll be limited. There won't be so much we'll be able to change. So we had to put it out for a while. And we got feedback. Right now, as we speak, we are working on making it very usable for like our target market in this case. So yeah, that's very important. Yeah. So yeah, challenges and considerations in designing for diverse user needs. Look at that. So yeah, user diversity. This is very important because the users are from different background, cultures, and abilities with different or rather unique needs. I mean, let me explain this in a very simple way. Like I said, you don't have to be the smartest in the world to use AI products. You can give somebody that is not what's the word now? Technically inclined ChatGPT, and the person will find his way around it. Look at, in fact, I feel like I'm using ChatGPT as an example too much. Let me use, there's a Snapchat AI bot. See how easy that is to use. I mean, people just go online, sorry, not online, go on their Snapchat. I've seen people interact with the AI on Snapchat, like, I mean, very personal interaction, and I feel like, wow, you understand? So that's the fun of it. Just make it very user diverse, make it usable for everybody, whether a BSc holder, a secondary school certificate holder, an old man, a young woman, a child. Just make it very usable. Then accessibility, yeah, this is very important. This is very important. I'm not saying, I mean, personally, I would not want my AI product to be free. You understand? But then again, one thing I would do, one thing a smart product would do, one thing a smart company would do is make it free for, I mean, a month. You understand? Let people get familiar. Just make it free. Let it be free for users for like 7 days or 1 month. Just, no, 7 days is not even fair. Make it free for users for like a month. That way they will like your product. Like they will have used it to an extent and feel like, okay, this is worth spending my money on. You understand? They'll feel like this is worth spending my time. This is worth sharing my information. They just let it be accessible. I recently I've been trying to download this particular software on my laptop. Normally, I'm fine with them wanting to collect money because at the end of the day, it's their product and they need to gain, they need to make profit. But then again, make it free. Or, I mean, you don't even have to make it free again. You can give this limited access to users for a while. So when they can use it, when they can like use it for a short while, yeah, and you now let them know that okay, there's a limit to what you can enjoy until you pay. I personally have paid for some. I've paid for some products online because I felt like wow, this is worth spending money on. Make it very accessible. That way, people will use your product. So yeah, the third one is technological proficiency. I already talked about the user diversity. You don't have to be the smartest to use this product. You do not have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the smartest to use ChatGPT. Basically just go on the website, ask your question, get your results. Bye bye. Don't have to. That's very make it very simple to use. Less clicks, make it minimal. Don't let too many things be happening on the screen. Don't users will get lost. Just make them know, okay, this is why I am here. You understand? So this is what I want to do. And just that way they would enjoy using your sites and they'll give very good reviews. So yeah, data privacy and security. Whoa. This is something that I really feel it is probably the most important because, like I said, I've seen people ask very personal questions on ChatGPT, on even WhatsApp AI bots, and I feel like, are you people sure you want to be asking these very private questions and this is going to be like invading your privacy? Are you sure? But any good website, this is not even just AI product now. Any good product would let you know, they'll make it clear to you that your secrets are safe with us. Like they'll make you know that okay, you know what, you can use term of condition service, they will just let you know that. And mind you, when using all these products, be careful to check. Careful to check because at the end of the day you will not want to because yes, I have. I recently asked ChatGPT just a personal question relating to health, and I got to answer. Then I just started feeling weird that this thing knows my secret. This thing knows what I'm going through. But then again, I realized I went to read on their privacy and security terms, and I realized that okay, I'm safe. So yeah, let users know that they are safe. Very important. You might just put it in the login screen, sign up screen. Just let users know that yeah, your secrets are safe. You should not be worried. Then the fifth one, continuous feedback and iteration. Feedback, very important. I know you guys have seen it on different sites, not even AI sites at this point, that they will randomly ask you, it's mostly common in applications, mobile applications. They will just ask you that, what would you rate our application? What will you rate our website? Then users will just like click on, okay, you know what, I'll rate it 4 or 5. Then most of them even used to give this option to like ask for, okay, how can we improve? I like doing that. I like doing that because I personally like. Then again, I am used to thinking out of the box as a designer, but it's not so much. I mean, at the end of the day, I need to know what is going through your head. It is a very important aspect in design when you hear from the users. Because in my eyes, I feel like everybody will be able to navigate this now. This is basic. But I could be wrong. So people that know me personally, people that know me, that I've worked with, I used to randomly just walk up to them and, you know what, see what I designed. You know what, try to navigate through this, try to walk, just play with it, let me see. Then I look at their reaction because that's very important. I don't know if I said this, but I had to read a lot of psychology books when learning how to be a designer. Because I felt at the beginning that this, why do I have to read psychology books to become a designer? But yeah, it's very, I mean, people's body language. I mean, people can lie, but their body language cannot lie. So yeah, I would give friends, families, neighbors around me to just, you know what, this is what I designed. This is the prototype. Just play with it. So if I look at their reaction and I see that this person is looking, so even if you want to learn from me, I'll just be like, okay, fine. I know you don't like it, but I really appreciate your transparency. I'll appreciate you being honest. Just let me know what you feel. You understand? So, and if I can explain why I did it, I'll try to explain it to you. But if it's so bad that even me, I feel like, yes, this is terrible, I'll go back and work on it. At the end of the day, we are creating this product not for ourselves, for our users and clients. So, yeah, successfully case studies showing user-centric design. Talked about this a lot already. ChatGPT, Crew bots, AI bots on Snapchat, AI bots on WhatsApp, Grammarly. Just I'm trying to think of more. I know more. There's this word AI, very simple to use. There's personally one that is not simple to use for me. Yes, that, and I really do not like the sites because I feel like they could have done better. I felt like too much was going on at the same time. So yeah, strategic planning for AI products development. So I already talked about learn key strategic steps in crafting exceptional AI products. You need to identify and define goals and objectives for AI integration. You need to understand the balance between innovation and practical implementation. I'll talk more about this understanding the balance between innovation and practical implementation. So let me talk about that. So what I meant by understanding the balance is innovation is, in this case for BigPal, we had our plan, our mindset was to make reading easy. But after that, we had to like sit down and practically implement it. We had to sit down and be like, okay, this is a very good innovation, but can we like bring it to life? And that was where I came in. Because at the end of the day, as important, like I said, product design, product designing of AI is probably the most important, to be honest. I mean, and I'm not taking anything from the AI developer and the software developer. But all they could do was just talk about it, just envision it. They had to like bring it to life. So that's where the product designer came in. So I'm not saying, I mean, I'm fine with your wanting to be AI developers, software developer, product manager, but trust me, this is the fun part. This is the most interesting aspect of AI design. It's going to give this very, it's going to feel like an adventure. It's fun actually. So yeah. Um, ethical design and responsible AI. So the objectives here are for you to understand the importance of ethical consideration, learn strategies for responsible AI development, analyze case studies that highlight ethical design practices. So yeah, I talked about this already. So importance of ethical considerations in AI product design, privacy protection. I mean, I cannot state this importance so much because this can lead to like some serious legal issues. So yes, always state I mean, I don't know if you have noticed, but in most sites, they used to like make the term of service and the terms of condition very, very like very, very bold to see. I don't know if you have noticed when you are trying to log in a website or sign up, even if the whole color of the font are black or any other color, there's something we call CTA. There's something we call primary colors for the website. So like, okay, let me give an example. For BigPal, our primary color is blue. You think of any other example of any product? For ChatGPT, they have this like purple and black color mixed together. For Twitter, we have this light blue. For Facebook, we have this very dark blue, and so on. So what they do is they make sure the term of service and condition. They used to make it the color, the primary color, because they don't want to like get into trouble of, oh, we did not see the term of condition, it was not bold enough, or no, it can cause some serious issues. So privacy protection is very important. And yes, avoid bias and fairness. Don't pay more attention to any part of the world, any particular race, any particular community. No, no, you did not see ChatGPT or Quillbot. The information, the data it was trained with works anywhere in the world. I mean, I cannot ask ChatGPT or Quillbot. I cannot ask ChatGPT a question or like drop my text in Quillbot for summary, and what I will get in Nigeria cannot be different from what I will get in any part of the world. So that's very important, because if they find out, trust me, they are going to boycott your products. And you know how the world works now. You know how social media works now. They will make sure they will make the most of it. So yeah, another very important ethical consideration is ensuring human autonomy. I will explain that. Don't worry. So I mean, this one just ensures that AI systems are tools to augment human capabilities rather than replace or influence human decision making. Yeah, it's very important. I don't know. Somebody said it recently. I think like they said something. They said AI is not here to steal your jobs. It's here to assist you. You understand? I like I said, I know developers that they use all these AI products so much. Simply just assisting them is not stealing their job. So that's what this is saying. Just don't let it replace. Don't let it take over your brain. Don't let it be like basic question. Like don't let it spoil your thinking faculty. No, just use it to assist you. Don't. I mean, then again, reason why I feel AI cannot even steal developers' job is because at the end of the day, you have to like ask a question to get a reasonable answer. You have to think first. You have to, because if it was that easy, everybody in the world now would be developers. Everybody in the world now will be like AI developers, because you will feel like, you know, all I have to do is just go to ChatGPT, write the prompt. Okay, I'm trying to build an AI product. Can you write the prompt? It cannot work. So just make sure you are still using your brain. Don't let it influence your decision making. It can assist you, yes, fine, but make sure you know what you're doing. So another one is user trust and confidence. Very important. They must trust your product well enough to use it. They must feel, yeah, you know what, I have an assignment, I want to do something. Okay, I need to read for an exam and I need to generate key point summary because I do not have enough time to read. Imagine you used it today, then you went to an exam with just using or following strictly the key points, keywords, and summary generated from our BigPal, and you feel, trust me, you would not use the what's the name? You would not use the product again ever, and you even go as far as spoiling the product to people that don't want to use it. So just make sure it is very, very efficient. Make sure it is working perfectly. You understand? And that one is not much. I mean, it is not. It's not really the designer's work. But then again, one thing designer must make sure it does is follow up with the developers, AI developers, software developers. Because at the end of the day, you might have ended up designing the best thing in the world. But if it doesn't work, nobody's even going to know it was the best thing in the world because they did not use it. It did not work. So yeah. So strategies for responsible AI development, user empowerment and control, continuous feedback. Already talked about that. And human-centered design. Human-centered design. That just talks about when I'm creating a product, an AI product in this case. The first thing that comes to my mind is humans, which are our, like, I mean, obviously, which are our users. We are building the website. You are building the product based on what they need at the particular point in time. You understand? Like, and yeah, I just wanted to remind you, please do not forget, I need as much ideas as possible. who knows, we could be solving a very big problem. So yeah, I need ideas on what, because I need it to be very, very visible. I need it to be something that is very relatable. I don't want you to come here and be telling me things that I'll just be like, and bro, this is not something that this I don't see this. I don't see this as a problem. No, something that it has to be very, very innovative. It has to be something that people want to use. I need that. Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm just saying this so that when you are dropping the ideas, you would just know that it has to be human centered. Very important. So yeah, case studies that highlight ethical design process. Microsoft AI principle. They do not joke. I mean, that's a very big company, so they know better than to joke with ethical design practices. Because trust me, that would be so much money. Because anybody that wants to sue Microsoft as big. Same thing for Google. They don't joke with the ethical design practices. They don't joke with that. Same thing for OpenAI, ChatGPT. Don't joke with that. I'm emphasizing on this because it is very important. It is very important. So yeah, thank you, and I will not mind questions, and also I need the ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Funmilayo, for such an amazing session. How was the session for you? Let me see comments because we have a very quiet class today, and I don't know why. Everybody's still trying to figure out what the product design of big of AI is all about. Hey, sorry, Millennial Son, sorry you couldn't join. So let me see. How was the class for you? What did you gain? Just drop something. Yeah, we're done with the class, so just say something about what you learned. One thing that stood out for you from the whole session. So let's get to hear from you. Just one thing that you can say stood out for you. So I got to know that designing AI products can be a bit more technical than normal regular product, and because AI is a kind of product that a lot of people want to use, you have to it has to have good user experience so that we will not have to there is an can we please mute ourselves? I'm trying to see. Oh, sorry for that. I'm trying to find the person. Okay, yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, so for me, I discovered that AI product needs more, like you need to, it's a bit more technical when designing it, and so you need to put in more of your expertise there. Not like you shouldn't put for every other product, but because it has to be user friendly, people have to come back and be able to use it. If imagine if ChatGPT is like it's hard to use, a lot of people find it's doing a great job. People will not come back for it. So I've learned so much in this class, and I hope you have too. So if you have any question, I think you can start asking your questions now. If you have any questions, the floor is open for you to ask. You can just type it
Um,
while I okay.
and yeah, I'm sorry, Victoria. I really need those AI ideas. Like I'm trying to solve problems, so I need to know what. I mean, I need to know how anybody here needs AI to solve their problem. Who knows? We could just probably work on it in the live session tomorrow. Who knows?
All right. So if I get your question very well, you need people to drop ideas of AI product or what AI can solve. Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I need it to be like very. I need it to be something that they personally can relate to, something that like stressing them in their everyday lives.
Okay. All right. So, do you find is there anything you find so stressful that you feel AI can help you with? So that's the question. Just look at your life right now. Maybe it's your phone that normally hang, and you want a way by which, for me personally, I want to have a way by which, if it is possible, that AI is going to help me delete automatically all the files I'm not using again. It just finds it and deletes it. I'll be so happy because it's so very, very stressful to have to go and clear your space over and over again. But then again, that's for my end. So I don't know.
Yeah,
This
that's a
one,
very good one. Those are the problems I'm looking for actually. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Noted.
so all right. So there's a question from Olajujoye Oluwagbemega. It said, "Sorry, is product design and UI UX design the same thing?"
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good one. So yeah, UI UX design is an aspect under product design. Product design, I mean, encompasses many aspects. I mean, there's a branch of graphic design, there's a branch of motion design. It even goes down to brand identity. You understand? It goes down to it's so much actually. So product design is general name. You understand? So it is a plus if you are, because many people are UI UX designers, many people are graphic designers. There are many brand designers. You understand? But it's just like I don't okay, just like being a full stack developer. So that's it. Product designer just is a general name for the whole thing.
Very much. I hope you answered your question, Olajujoye. So FOJ said structural analysis. Do you have? I don't get. Is that a phrase? Is that an answer to a question? Are you asking a question? I did not get that part. So let our questions keep coming while the session is on. So please drop any question that you have.